So good morning once again, guys. Let me just backtrack a bit so that I'm able to record what we just did so far. My apologies for forgetting to record this. So we said that in order to evaluate this project, this investment, we cannot add these cash flows because they belong to different time frames. So one way is to compute for their present values. So here we're computing for their present values using the PV formula. And what we did here was not to put the negative on the outside, but rather on the inside itself, on the future value. So that way we are consistent with the sign of the cash flows. So we expect 9,000, the present value of 9,000 at year zero is of course 9,000 also. And we copy the formula down and we said that the future value, the present value, of 5,000, 5 years down the road is just 3104.61 using 10% interest rate. So once we get the present values, guys, we can add them since they now belong to the same time frame. And we have this amount 1652.51. We call this the net present value. And the decision rule is that if the net present value is positive, then the project is okay. Then similarly, guys, we can compute for the future value. So same formula, we just use the future value. And then we use, to be consistent with the sign of the cash flow, we put the negative here inside. And then the number of periods will be variable, so it will depend on its difference between year 5. So this is 5 minus 0. When we copy this down, it will become 5 minus 1, which is correct because the next period will only be 4 years from year 5. Okay, so that's what we did here. Okay, just to show you the formula here. Okay, so this is 5 minus 1, so 4 years. 4 years from year 5. Okay, then when we added these cash flows, future cash flows, we got 2661.51. It's positive as expected kasi ang NPV natin, net present value, is also positive. Therefore, the NFV should also be positive. And then we said that to validate that, we can get the future value of this. So in this formula, I'm using negative FB, then the rate is the WACC, the NPER is 5, and then actually I could have used this also to be consistent. I'll just use that. Okay. And the present value is 1652. Okay, and then we get 2661.51. Okay, so it's the same. We were able to validate that the future value of this NPV is the same as getting the NFV. Okay, just to summarize it. Okay, so the net present value is defined as the summation of the present value of your cash inflows minus the present value of your cash outflows. Okay, so in this case, the present value of our cash inflows is, okay, so let's sum them up. Ito yung cash inflows natin. Yan ang present value ng cash inflows natin. Okay, for the outflow, it's simply this. Okay, 9,000 outflow natin. Present value na lahat to, guys. Okay, so we just sum this up. Okay, so that's your net present value, which is the same as this one. For the net future value, gagamitin natin yung future values class, no? So this is equal to the sum of all your positive future values. That's the future value of your cash inflows in one positive. And then we compare it with the future value of your cash inflow. Cash outflow, I mean. Okay, outflow, kaya positive. So we have this net future value, which is just the sum of the two. Okay, 2661.51. All right, I'll pause for a while, guys. Any questions? Clear ba tayo? Okay, paki-chat please kung clear so far. Thank you, Sarah. The rest, guys, kindly chat, please. Ayan, thank you. Ayan, thank you so much. Okay, very good. Very good. Ayan. Okay, I'm happy. I hope, guys, I'm sure you viewed you watched the video. So that makes our discussion faster now. Okay, so there's another function, guys. Can we compute for the NPV without having to compute for the present values? Yes, guys. There's a shortcut function in Excel to compute for the NPV. And you guess it right, the function is NPV. Is equal to NPV. Kaso nga lang, guys, medyo mali si Excel dito, no? Hindi siya standard na definition ng NPV. Kasi if you take a look at the definition, sabi dito, returns the NPV of an investment based on a discount rate and a series of future payments. Okay, future payments or future values, both positive and negative, pero future. So if we take a look at our cash flows, guys, ito yung cash flow natin. Ang mapapasok lang sa natin, sa NPV formula, itong starting with year 1. Hindi natin pwedeng isama tong 9,000 na to kasi ang syntax ng NPV ni Excel, dapat yung cash flow natin nagsisimula sa year 1. Okay? So ito lang pwede natin mapasok dito sa NPV function ni Excel. Okay, if we include this, guys, we will not get the answer. Let me illustrate. No? So NPV, kailangan daw yung rate. Ano ba yung rate natin? Yung WACC. Okay, WACC, comma. And then ano yung mga values natin? If we include 9,000, Excel will read this 9,000 as belonging to year 1. So ang sinasabi niya, okay, ito 9,000 na to, makukuha at the end of the period, at year 1. But that's wrong, di ba? So if we press enter, it does not agree, guys, no? Kasi ito treat niya as belonging to year 1. So in order to use correctly NPV function in Excel, we will only include the year 1. No? Kasi future ang sabi niya, no? But if we get this, guys, this is only the present value of your cash inflows, no? Yun. So tama ito. 10652, tama yung 10652 na to, which is just the sum of the present value of your future cash flows starting with year 1. So in order to compute for the present value, net present value, we have to add the year 0. Yan. To get the NPV. So 1652, okay na. Okay? So very convenient, guys, yung NPV function ni Excel. But remember, just take note, guys, that default na naman, nagdi-default siya bigla ng 11 decimal places. 2 lang, okay? So remember, guys, when you use the NPV, make sure that you only use the future cash flows and then i-add na lang yung sa year 0. We can do that kasi yung cash flow at year 0 is also the present value. Okay? So once again, guys, the decision rule is that if the NPV is positive, then okay tayo. No? Now, there's another measure. It's called the IRR, internal rate of return. Okay, so let me illustrate this. Is equal to IRR. Okay, and ito tama si Excel dito. Values, sinasama natin yung lahat. No? This one. Okay, by the way, may isa pa. Yung guess, ignore this. Hindi natin gagamitin ngayon yan. Okay, control enter. Okay, internal rate of return. This is supposed to be the return of this investment. Now, question. Is this project acceptable or not? Yes or no, and why? Paki-chat, please. Is this project acceptable or not? Paki-chat kung yes or no. And then paki-include yung reason nyo kung bakit. Kung why yes, why no. Justify, short explanation. Okay, so let's see. Okay, thank you, Marco. Okay, so if you watch the video, guys, you should know the answer. No? Ang answer dito, guys, as Marco said, thank you, Marco. Sabi ni Marco, yes, this project is acceptable because the internal rate of return is greater than the weighted average cost of capital. Okay, so okay yung project na to by virtue of the IRR greater than the weighted average cost of capital. Okay? So on both counts, guys, NPV or IRR, okay yung project natin. Now, ang question, guys, there are some certain instances na na the IRR and the NPV conflict. Nagko-conflict sila. Iba yung sinasabi nila. Kunyari sinasabi ni Aaron, mamaya na lang attendance. So ang sabi ni ni NPV okay yung project, ang sabi ni IRR hindi okay yung project. So ang question, which will prevail, guys? Ang susundin ba natin si NPV o si IRR kung nagko-conflict sila? Paki-chat guys o answer. What do you think? Pag nag-conflict si NPV at saka si IRR, sino yung sinusunod? Si NPV ba o si IRR? Okay? Thank you, Marco. So you're correct, no? It's NPV. Okay, NPV is the is what we follow, is what will be our basis and not the IRR in case lang na may conflict sila. Okay, now just one more note about NPV. How much would be the NPV at IRR? Diba pag kinompute natin si NPV, kailangan natin yung we need to know the rate, no? What will be the NPV if we use the IRR as our rate of return? Okay, let's do that. NPV, our rate is, we're going to use not the WACC but the IRR. Okay, and then the values, you know what to use, the future values, and then i-plus natin yung present value. So this will be your NPV, and then we're using IRR as our rate of return. And what do you get, guys? Okay, chat nga kung ano nakukuha nyo. Yes, thank you, Marco. Okay, Marco, please remind me, may plus 3 ka sa mga bonus points natin. I'm going to compute your bonus points and then ipa-flash ko siya. Then Marco, remind me, you get plus 3, no? For dun sa isang bonus points natin. Ilalagay natin yun. Anyway, cumulative naman yun, ipapasok natin siya. Okay? Thank you, Marco. Okay, so Marco is correct, no? You get 0. 0 yan siya. So we can say that the NPV, the net present value, or the IRR is that rate of return when the net present value is equal to 0. Ibig sabihin, if the WACC is equal to 15.47, okay, ano lang siya, yung return natin, tamang-tama lang dun sa WACC natin, 15.47. So WACC natin 15.47, IRR natin 15.47. Therefore, guys, parang lang siya, parang break-even lang tayo. So we will be indifferent kung if we go with the project or not go with the project. Kasi net present value natin 0. Okay, so it's not a net cash flow, it's neither a net cash inflow. Okay, so there could be other reasons why management will push through with the project. Siguro isang reason, kahit na wala naman silang net cash flow dito, siguro just to have their presence felt in the market, na they're conducting projects kahit na medyo sabihin natin net present value nila is 0. Okay, so all right, so I hope that's clear. Any questions, guys? 18 na naman siya. Any questions about NPV? May questions ba? Okay, chat na lang, guys, kung clear so far yung discussions natin dito sa NPV IRR. Okay, yung iba, guys, paki-chat please kung clear tayo so far. Okay, dalawa lang yung nag-answer. Yan, thank you. 3 out of 30 students. Wala na ba ibang mga comments yan, guys? Again, bumabalik tayo dun sa yan. Salamat. Thank you, guys, kasi sa akin importante ito, no? Baka sabihin nyo na itatype ko lang naman na yes, hindi naman siguro importante yan o clear. For me, that's very, very important kasi I'd like to see if you're able to follow so far. Okay, salamat, no? Although hindi tayo naka 100% na response rate. Pero sana yung mga next questions ko, guys, kindly please, I will really appreciate it. Okay, so the next, guys, is titingnan natin yung concept ng effective annual rate, yung EAR. Okay, when you're given the rates, usually, kahit na hindi sinasabi yan, annual yan. Unless sasabihin na 3% semi-annual or monthly, okay, usually pag nagbibigay ng rates, guys, it's always yearly, annual yan. Now, the future value will be dependent on the number of compoundings per year. No? So we have here cases of non-annual compounding periods. Ano yung non-annual compounding periods? Ibig sabihin yan, ilang beses kinocompute yung interest per year. Okay. So how much, for example, will be 1 million at 10% interest in 30 years time? Okay, so we can easily compute for that sa Excel, di ba? Is equal to, lagyan lang natin negative dito, negative FB, rate is 10%, comma, N per is 30, comma, wala tayong PMT, present value is 1 million. Okay, so the future value of 1 million at 10% in 30 years is 17 million. Okay, that's assuming na annual yung compounding. Ibig sabihin, once a year lang binibilang yung interest. But this will be different if twice a year binibilang yung interest. Semi-annual kung tawagin. No? Ano ibig sabihin nito? Every 6 months, may interest na bibilangin. Magkano yung interest every 6 months? Paki-chat nga, please. Magkano yung interest na i-compute every 6 months kapag semi-annual? How much will be the interest rate? Okay, 5%. Yes. Thank you, Syra. You're correct. No? Syra, bigay yung answer mo sa class. Okay, thank you, Syra. Yes. Syra is correct, 5%. No? Kasi yung 10% na yan for the whole year, pero pag magbibilang tayo ng semi-annual, 5% for 6 months and then 5% for another 6 months. Okay? So tingnan natin, guys, kung magkano yung future value kapag semi-annual tayo. Okay, so it will be equal to negative FB. What will be our rate, guys? Sabi nga ni Syra, it will be 10% divided by 2, di ba? Yan. What will be our temper, guys? Ilan yung periods natin? Paki-chat, please. How many periods will we have? I'm waiting for, isa pa lang sumasagot, guys. Yeah, I'll wait for others to answer. Ilang periods, guys, ang NPER natin? For your guidance, guys, yung periods would be the number of times mag-a-accrue ng interest. Mag-i-incur ng interest. So how many periods? Total periods, ah. Okay, so we're looking at the whole investment, no? 2 periods per year, okay, you're correct. So Marco, Syra, 2, okay, Jubel, 2 periods per year. But Erin said that it's 60, you're correct, no? Although yung context ng ibang sumagot ng 2, tama yon, per year. Pero ilang years ba? 30, no? So if we're computing for the future value, it will be after 30 years, 30, what do I do with 30? 30 times 2. Okay? Kasi ang binibilang natin sa NPER, ilang beses ba nagbilang ng interest? Nag-compute ng interest? Nag-incur ng interest? So it's twice a year, di ba? Sa isang taon, 2 times magko-compute ng interest. Ilang years siya? 30. So 30 times 2. So this should be, okay, this is 60. No? 60 siya. No? Okay, comma, PMT, hindi PMT siya. Present value is your 1 million. Okay. So you notice guys na kapag semi-annual, 18679 yung ano, yung 18679 yung ano, yung future value. So you notice guys, yung future value, pag nagko-compound tayo, pag mas malaki yung ano, yung mas malaki yung frequency per year, mas magiging malaki yung future value. Okay. So of course we expect na kapag quarterly yung ano, yung compounding, okay, mas malaki yung future value na to. So as an exercise guys, i-chat nyo dito sa chat box natin. I want you to create a formula dito. One formula tapos makakopy natin hanggang dito sa 365, hanggang sa daily compounding. Huwag yung isama yung infinite kasi ibang formula yan. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes guys. Anong formula? Ano yung formula natin dito? Okay, dapat yung formula na yan, it should be one formula only so that we can copy that below. Okay, para efficient tayo sa paggamit ng Excel. Okay, go ahead guys. Anong formula ilalagay natin dito? And then please write in the chat box. Okay, Marco. Okay, tingnan natin Marco So let me copy this. Control C. Control V. So this is the formula that Marco suggested. Okay. So FV will be rate is 10% divided by 1. Okay. And then the NPER will be 30 times 1. No annuity. And then the present value is 68. Okay. So looks like tama naman yung future value natin pag period 1. And then if I copy this down, okay. So we have a problem with the formula. Okay, how do we want to resolve that? Dapat kasi isang formula lang. Okay. Erin, tingnan natin sabi ni Erin naman, control C natin to. Okay, let's see. Ito yung sinabi ni Erin. Okay, let's see this. Okay. Erin, what did you do with the formula? Erin.
Hello po, sir.
Yes.
I used po yung dollar sign po para fixed po yung value ng present value, annual rate, pati years po.
Okay, correct, no? So, tama yung kanina ni yung formula ng Marco, but we have to fix these amounts, no? And if I may suggest, we don't have to fix everything kasi we're copying down. So no need to fix the column, no? So dito pwede ng B69 na lang. Ito B7 $70. Ang i-fix lang natin guys yung yung mga rows. Kasi if you're going to copy the formula down, yung column position natin hindi naman nagbabago, no? Nasa column C lang tayo. So no need to fix the column din sa formulas natin. Okay, so all right. So this is correct, guys. This is correct. Notice that yung ano natin, yung mga yung future values natin increases, no? Increases if the compounding per year is greater. So, mas mataas yung future value natin kapag daily compounding. Okay? So, tingnan mo, 17 million, 17.4 versus 20 million. Siyempre, pag investor tayo, mas gusto natin yung ganito, no, na daily compounding, yung pag-compute ng interest. Kasi the more we compound yung frequency, mas marami, mas malaki yung future value. Naalala niyo yung power of compounding na concept natin. So yung power of compounding, hindi it comes in the number of periods na i-compound natin. Parang yung 100 versus 40 years dati. Siyempre, mas kita yung effect ng power of compounding if we have 100 years as compared to 40 years. Okay, then how about this? Pag infinite, guys, anong formula yan? How do we compute for infinite compounding? Any idea, guys? If it's infinite compounding, so pag infinite compounding, let me just show you the formula. So from infinite compounding, okay, the formula is your future value is equal to your present value times E raised to the R times T. Okay, so this is exponential to, no? Okay. Are you familiar with the number E, guys? Paki-chat nga kung nagamit nyo na dati sa algebra or sa ibang subjects nyo yung number na E. Paki-chat please. Euler's number. Okay, saan nyo ginamit? Anong subject? Would you recall, guys, kung anong subject nyo ginamit? Eco ba or algebra? Okay. Okay, good. So familiar na pala kayo sa E, no? Si E, guys, it's an example of a transcendental number, an irrational number. No? Kamag-anak ni pi yan. If you recall from your geometry, si pi, non-repeating, non-terminating. So yung value ng pi, if you can have a super big computer, tapos ipa-compute yung pi, you can use bond paper, tapos font, kung pwedeng font 1, no? Tapos back-to-back pa yung paper. Aabot pa sa stack up to the moon yung paper, babalik pa, walang katapusan na pabalik-balik yung stacked up na bond paper na kinumpit yung pi. Non-repeating, non-terminating siya. Ganun din si E, no? So in Excel, we can approximate E. We use EXP. Ito yung function ni no? Raises E to the power of a given number. Yan, no? E. E, syempre, E to the 1, that's your E, no? So that's approximately 2.72. Si pi natin 3.14, di ba? Si E 2.72, approximately lang. But this is a non-repeating, non-terminating number. So walang katapusan yung number na to. Okay, so we can compute for the future value of an infinite, ang tawag dyan, guys, continuous compounding or perpetuity. So it's equal to, so our PV is 1 million. Okay, and then multiply this by, we use the EXP function. Okay, EXP. Tapos, rate natin 10%. Okay, R times the time, which is 30. Okay, so that's how to compute for continuous compounding. Enter. Yeah. So notice, guys, it's bigger than the daily compounding. Hindi siya masyadong apparent, parang lang konti lang yung difference. Pero pag malaki na yung amount, let's say yung present value natin gawin natin 1 billion. No? Dagdagan natin to ng 1 million to 1, 2, 3, 1 billion na siya. Okay, so this is 1 billion. Okay, so you can see now the difference. No? The difference is now, ilan to? 8, yeah, it's around 8 million na yung difference. No? Okay. Anyway, in-emphasize ko lang yung difference ng daily compounding dun sa continuous compounding. All right. Now, therefore, masasabi natin guys na pag ano yung rate, pag given yung annual rate 10%, okay? Yung rate na yung semi-annual, yung effective rate niya, we call it the effective annual rate, will not be the same. Kasi mas malaki yung future value, di ba? Right? So dapat mas malaki yung effective annual rate nitong ano ng semi-annual, ng quarterly, etc. Okay? So how do we compute for the effective annual rate? So by conceptually guys, sabi natin, parehong 1 year to, no? Parehong 30 years. Yung isa kino-compound annually, yung isa kino-compound semi-annually. But since mas malaki yung future value ng semi-annual compounding, therefore masasabi natin yung effective rate nito mas malaki, no? Kasi mas malaki yung future value eh. So how do we compute for the effective annual rate? We can use the rate function in Excel. Yan. So may rate function sa Excel. Okay, alam naman natin yan, di ba? Rate function. Okay, so how do we now compute for this? What's our N per? Okay, again, we will have two. N per natin is 30. If you fix natin to, no? 30, then multiplied by, yan, di ba? 1. Okay, tapos comma. PMT natin, wala. Present value is this one, comma. Future value natin is negative that one. So dapat magkaiba, no? Okay? So let's see. 10% ito. Oops, ano nangyari? Kasi dapat yung B69 is dapat Phoenix ko. 6C73 is dapat C73. Ay, wait. Dali, sorry. Wait ha, nalito ako sa ano. Sorry guys, nalito ako sa formula. Ulit. So, N per is B70 times, but B73? Dapat B72. B72, dapat dito, no? And then, comma, PMT is wala. PV is this one. Fix this. Comma, future value is this one. Okay. Yan. Let's check. Oh, what was I doing? Dapat dito. Sorry B68 is dapat naka-fix. Future value. Okay. I think this is correct already. 10%. Okay. Anong mali dito, guys? How do we correct this formula, guys? So what's wrong with this? So what's wrong here, guys? Ang mali dito, guys, kasi gusto lang natin malaman kung magkano yung rate kung ang future value niya 17, kung ang future value niya 18 or 19, etc. So dito, okay. So we have to compare apples with apples, ano? N per is 30 years. Okay? Naka-fix siya. PMT is wala. Present value is this one. Future value is C72. Okay? So ang inaano natin, ang periods nila lahat, tigda 30. No? Tapos, magkano yung rate kung ang future value niya is this specific amounts. So this is 10%. Okay, if you copy this down, okay, you can see that here, guys, no? Okay, so we can see now, guys, na we can now see na mas malaki yung effective annual return kapag yung compounding mas frequent. Obviously, guys, kasi mas malaki yung future value niya. Therefore, we expect the effective rate to be higher. Okay? Now, for continuous, guys, ano yung ano niya? Ano yung rate, no? What will be the rate? Paki-chat, guys. Kita nyo sa formula. What will be the rate? Clue, guys, clue. Diba? Ito yung ano natin formula. Oh. To get the future value is equal to present value times 1 plus r raised to the t, diba? Asan yung rate natin dyan? Itong 1 plus r raised to the t. This is our compound rate. So therefore, dito, ang rate natin will be ito, e to the rt. So this is equal to exp. Ang r natin, 10% times the t, 30. Oops, sandali. E to the rt times 1. Sorry. Wait. For continuous compounding, so this should be the compound rate. R is equal to, lang guys, we're computing for R here. So FV over PV is equal to E, the RT. Okay, therefore, I'm going to get the log of this, ln FV over PV is equal to R to the T. R is equal to FV over PV. Dali guys nag-konting math lang ako, no? Over T. Nagloloko na naman itong mouse ko. Let me check sandali lang guys. It's equal to ln of FB over PV. But I'm going to get here, I'm going to get 10% here. So divided by T. 10% yata makukuha ko dito. 10%. Oh, hindi. Sorry ah. Sorry. This is, I'm getting the R here. Okay. Wait. Hindi, pareho lang. Sorry ah. Guys, my apologies na I got confused with the continuous, no? My bad. So we can just drag this formula. Okay? Kasi gusto lang naman natin malaman kung magkano yung rate kung ang present value natin 1 million tapos ang future value natin 20,085. Sorry, na ano ko, I got confused here. So the answer, guys, is just we can just drag everything. Okay, let me explain quickly, no? So gusto natin malaman magkano yung rate kung may present value tayo na 1 million tapos ito yung mga future values natin. Iba-iba sila at 30 years yung ano, at 30 years yung term, yung period, no? And then we see that the effective rates are different. Ang pinakamalaki syempre yung continuous, 10.517% as against 10.516 yung sa daily. For this scenario. Okay. So clear yun, guys. Apologies dito ha. Ito, napakita lang natin dito na ang R natin dito is 10%. Kasi yung sinolve ko lang yung R dito eh. So of course, we're going to get 10% there. Okay, pa-check nga please guys kung clear so far yung ano natin, yung using the rate function. Any questions? Okay, how about the rest, guys? So please don't hesitate kung ano kung medyo malabo yung explanation ko tapos you want me to explain. May questions ba? Okay. Thank you. All right. Now, we can use the formula. Okay, dito naglagay ako, no? So this is another way to compute for the effective annual return. So the effective annual return, ang formula niya is equal to 1 plus the nominal rate divided by the periods per year raised to the periods per year. Okay, so let me write that. So that's equal to EAR is equal to 1 plus your nominal, yung annual, yung sinabing nominal, annual yun, divided by the periods per year, okay, raised to the periods per year. PPY is a number of compounding, how many times a year can I compound. So that's what this means. Okay, so let's apply this is equal to 1 plus, our nominal rate is 10%. We can fix this. And then, sorry, raised to the periods per year, this one. Yung compounding natin per year, raised to the periods per year. There. So that's how we can compute for the effective annual return. And then, syempre, may minus 1 pa pala to. Sorry, minus 1. Okay, so ayusin lang natin formula natin dito. This should have edit comment. Okay. May minus 1 to guys, ha? Minus 1. Okay, then we can. Okay. So ito hindi natin pwedeng maano guys, no? Hindi natin siya pwedeng ma-copy down kasi infinite yung salita dito eh. Okay. Equal to exponential to the okay. Alright, for this one guys, ito yung formula natin kanina. The formula here for continuous compounding to get the effective annual return. So the formula for that is e to the I minus 1. So ito, this is e to the I minus 1. So this is the formula to get the effective annual return for continuous compounding, for infinite compounding. Okay. Yung formula kanina na iniisip ko, ano? Ito, e to the I minus 1. Okay, and then of course we have mas madali, yung effect function Excel. So is equal to effect, you can use this. Effect, nominal rate, alam natin ang nominal rate yung annual rate, then comma, number of periods per year, ito yung PPY natin. There. So we can make this percent para okay, and then we cannot copy this here, no? Kasi text to eh. Okay, so any questions guys on this? So what did we do here? Anong ginawa natin dito? Meron tayong present value ng 1 million. Gusto natin malaman kung how much it will be 30 years down the road using 10% nominal rate. And then we answered the question, what if the compounding was annual? Kung yung annual guys, pareho lang 10%. Kasi yun yung nominal. But if it's semi-annual, ibig sabihin twice a year yung compounding, the effective rate is 10.25%. So the more compounding per year, ito weekly, 52 weeks, 10.506 yung effective rate. And then if it's daily, 365, you have 10.517. In fact, if it's continuous compounding, then it's 10.517%, higher than any one of these. Okay, guys? Clear yung concept ng annual percentage return. You call this yung nominal. This is also your APR. APR versus EAR. So yun yung kino-compare natin, ano? Your APR is annual percentage return. Annual percentage return versus the effective annual return. Okay, so that's what we were trying to distinguish, no? Of course, from an investor's perspective, mas gusto natin yung kunyari, may savings tayo sa bangko, mas gusto natin guys yung ang compounding niya, pinakamaganda daily compounding. And there was a bank before, pero bankrupt na yun eh, yung Banco Filipino. Your parents would have known this or your grandparents would have known this. Kasi ang tagline ng Banco Filipino, araw-araw interest ng interest. So they were saying that your money will grow more in them kasi they were compounding daily. Tingnan mo nga naman, di ba, kunyari, kung may 1 million ka, sabihin natin na in 10 years time na lang. In 10 years time. Okay, so yung 1 million mo in 10 years time at 10%, magiging 2.593 kung annual lang yung compounding versus 2717. So that's a difference of around mga 100,000 plus, no? 130,000 plus. Okay? Hindi ka na makakapulot ng ganung klaseng pera sa kalye, di ba? All right. So the more compounding per year, guys, the greater the number, the N per Y, or the number of periods per year, or the periods per year compounding, then the greater will be your future value. And then if the future value is greater, then the return will be greater, no? So that's what we call the effective annual return. Okay, and it's only when and the annual percentage return. Ano ko nga to kasi parang nakakalito siya. Annual percentage percentage return. The annual percentage return will be the same as the effective annual return, of course, when we're only dealing with the nominal rate. No? Ibig sabihin nominal rate, compounded lang yung once. No? Okay? But however, if the compounding is more than once a year, magkakaiba na tong APR at saka EAR. Okay, pause muna ako guys. Clear so far? Clear? Paki-chat naman please. Okay, I hope to have the response of more than 20 guys. I want to know kung okay sa inyo so far. Okay, kulang pa responses guys. I covet your response on that question. I hope there will be more who will respond. Kung clear ba so far yung concept ng APR at saka EAR. Thank you. Okay, I would like to see more guys, more responses please. Okay. Sige pa, konti na lang para ma-satisfy natin yung at least 70% to 80% responses. Okay, while the others are responding. Okay, so importante din malaman natin guys yung continuous compounding o yung perpetuity natin. To get the future value, we use this formula. To get the interest rate, we use the e to the I minus 1. Yung I natin yung nominal. Okay, 13 pa lang guys. 7 or 8 more para at least 70% yung nag-respond sa question natin na clear so far. I would take it to mean that half of you do not understand what has been discussed. Or half of you are not here. We'll wait guys for the others. Sana quicker response, no? I wish the class would have quicker response sa mga queries na ganito. Okay, thank you so much. 18 students. Kulang na lang ng 3, 4 para magkaroon tayo ng 70% response rate. Okay, a few more. Yan, okay. So nakaabot din tayo ng 70%. Pero guys, kailangan i-prod pa kayo, no? Sana out of your own accord. I would really appreciate it. Not so much for you guys typing yes, no? It's more for me to assess kung okay ba so far yung discussion natin. Kailangan ko yung ganung feedback. And kailangan ko rin guys yung mga questions nyo. Unless may questions dito sa chat. Okay, thank you. Thank you, salamat. May nag-question ba dito? Okay, wala naman Okay, so all of these responses are responses to the question that I just asked kung clear siya. All right, so let's leave this guys. Punta tayo sa amortization. Okay? Hindi natin matatapos lahat. We'll start with the basic first. So let me first share with you ito sa pag-ibig, no? I want you to i-share ko sa chat box natin, Control C, yung okay. So I'm referring to this sites of pag-ibig. Kasi ang gagamitin natin guys sa amortization natin, we'll make it practical, no? Practical tayo. Ang gagamitin natin yung sa pag-ibig, yung sa housing loan. Later on guys, many of you most probably will separate of course from your families, from your parents. You'll establish your own families. Mag-aasawa kayo, tapos syempre pwede kayong mag-iipon kayo ng maging husband or wife niyo, and pwede kayong mag-loan sa pag-ibig to start your own home. Maraming ganun ang ginagawa sa simula. So let's take a look at these two sites. Now, yung unang site, ito, guys. All right. So frequently asked questions, and then I looked at what are the interest rates. So ito yung current interest rates ngayon, ano? When you're working already, isa sa kakaltasin sa inyo ng ng employer nyo is itong HDMF fund. So meron kayong contribution doon, tapos meron din yung sa tatapatan ng employer nyo yan. So these are the requirements for you to na kung paano kayo magiging pag-ibig member, paano kayo makaka-loan, no? Housing loan. How much can I borrow? Up to 6 million. Okay, you shall receive entire actual amount that you need. Okay, so and then what are the interest rates? So let's use this interest rate na to. So ngayon, ang current interest rate effective January to June 2021, hindi pa yata na update to. Let's assume that this is the updated one. So depende guys sa sa number of years yung pag-utang. So you notice na habang mas matagal yung yung period, mas malaki yung interest rate. Okay, clear ba yan guys dito? So let's use a 15-year 15-year loan, 7.875 yung interest rate, ha? Okay, tapos tingnan natin dito. Okay, so dito sa other yung affordability calculator na which I sent to you. Dito may drop down menu dito. What you want to compute, how much income, how much you can borrow, or how much ito na lang, how much you can borrow based on the value of the property. Okay. So let's say we want to make a loan. The property is 5 million. So sinulat ko dito 5 million. Pakisulat dyan 5 million guys. And then ang preferred natin 15 years, di ba? Okay. Tapos ito, ayan, nakalagay na kung 15 years, 7.875 yung interest rate natin. So dito sabi, pag maglo-loan ka for a property worth 5 million, you can only loan around 4 million point 5. Ibig sabihin dapat may equity kayo guys, no? Hindi pa pwedeng yung whole amount ng yung bahay na yung value ng bahay ng real estate ilo-loan nyo. Kailangan may equity kayo. So you can only loan 4.5 million. The rest should be 10% yun dito, no? So dito ginamit nila 10% yung yung equity ng owner. Okay, then let's take a look at this guys. Ito principal interest 42,680. Okay, monthly amortization 43,715 kasi may mga dinagdag pa diyan. Sabi dito ni Pag-ibig dapat ang gross monthly income mo 121,943. So for you to be able to loan 5 million tapos yung equity is 500,000, dapat daw may monthly income na gross na 121,943. Okay? So let's copy this. Ito yung principal and interest, no? Control C, copy natin siya. Copy natin sa Excel natin. Okay. Okay, ito yung monthly amortization na sinabi ni Pag-ibig. Okay. Okay, do you follow guys so far? Nakasunod ba? Paki-chat naman please kung nakasunod. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. All right. So, ang loan principal natin is 5 million. Let's fill this up. 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 5 million yung ilo-loan natin, ano? Percentage down payment according to Pag-ibig, it's 10%. 10% yung down payment natin. So, ang financeable amount natin is 5 million times 1 minus the down payment. Okay? So here we're computing kung magkano na lang yung loanable amount natin. Yan. So it's 4. Bigyan natin ng kamo. 4,500,000. Okay. Then according to Pag-ibig, it's 7.875. 7.875%. Insert natin. Lagyan natin dito yung ano. Andun na pala, sorry. Periods per year, it's 12, no? Number of years natin, it's 15, di ba? 15 yung gagamitin natin. So lagyan na lang natin dito yung ano yung periodic rate. Okay, ang period natin is monthly, no? Since monthly to. Monthly, mali yung spelling. Monthly. Okay, therefore our periodic rate is equal to 7.875 divided by 12. Percent natin to. So it's around 6.563% per month, no? Per month tayo. Tapos lagyan din natin guys yung number of periods. Insert total periods natin. So ilan yung total periods natin? This is equal to 15 years times 12. Okay, so gawin natin number 2, control 1. Number lang, walang decimal place. Okay, 180. 180 months, no? 15 years times 12, that's 180 months. Okay, so lalagyan ko lang to guys ng ano ng lagyan natin ng masyadong madilaw, no? Kasi ito yung mga values na kakailanganin natin. Okay. So we have ang PV natin guys, this is our PV. Ito yung ilo-loan natin, 4.5 million. Magkano yung monthly interest rate? Ito, 0.6563% per month. Ilang months ang kailangan natin guys? 180 months. Kasi 15 years tayo eh. 180 months. So these are the relevant figures sa atin. Ito yung mga ilang periods, ilan yung periodic rate, ilan yung amount. So we can now compute for the monthly amortization. Okay, so we can now compute for the annuity. Kasi di ba pag naglo-loan tayo, malalaman natin yung monthly na babayaran natin. No? So let's compute for that. Anong function na gagamitin natin dito guys? Is equal to. So unmute na lang. Anong function to? Anong function guys? Kindly unmute na lang. If you want to compute for the monthly amortization, what will be the function that we're going to use? Class, please. Para makatapos natin yung, kasi first part pa lang to, yung second part next meeting natin kukunin. Ano answer guys? Paki-chat or paki-unmute na lang para mabilis tayo. What will be the function that we're going to use here? Equal to class. Yes. O may nag-unmute na. Sino yun? Pakisagot na, please. O paki-chat. What function? We want to know magkano yung monthly amortization. Maglo-loan tayo ng 5 million pero ang ibibigay lang sa atin, ang loanable amount lang is 4.5 million. Ang interest rate per month is 7.87 per year, no? This is the nominal. Kaso ang compounding nito is monthly. Okay, so dapat ang effective rate natin yung interest per period is 7.875 divided by 12. Number of periods natin 15 times 12 is 180. Okay, so how do we compute for the annuity, guys? Anong function? Guys, come on, we're running out of time. Function lang. Anong function ni Excel? Anong gagamitin natin?
Sir, PMT
Yeah,
po.
PMT guys. PMT, di ba? Pag annuity, PMT yon. Kasi ang gusto natin malaman, magkano kada buwan ang ibabayad natin. No? So, this is PMT. Okay? So, let's use the negative PMT. Pwede tayo mag-negative kasi ang PMT guys, cash flow yan. Di ba? So, ano yung rate natin? Ang gagamitin dapat natin yung na rate guys, yung periodic, yung monthly rate. Rate natin should be yung 7.875% divided by 12. Yan na. No? Kama, and per ilang periods. Hindi 15 years. Kasi monthly tayo, ilang months. So 180 yon. Kaya sabi ko kanina, ito yung mga relevant na values na kailangan natin. Ano yung PV natin, guys? 4.5 million. Okay? Kama, FV, wala tayong FV. Type, it's always annuity ordinary. So 0 yan. Or pwede nating i-delete na lang yung last two elements yan. Okay? So what do we get, guys? Paki-chat kung ano yung value na kuha natin. Can you chat, guys? What is our monthly amortization? Okay, isa pa lang. Sana makaano man lang tayo, makasampu, no? Mas maganda kung lahat nga mag-participate. I-answer nila kung ano yung amortization na babayaran natin. So I'll give a few more seconds to the rest. Meron pang iba? Isa lang yung gumawa, guys. Only one computed. Yung iba, yeah, thank you. Very good, very good. Dadagdagan. Very good, very good. Okay, a few more, guys. And then we move on. Gusto natin matapos itong first part na to. No? Okay, good. Good. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see. Ayun, 42,680.24. Okay. So, Erin, kaya nag-negative ka kasi hindi kayo naglagay ng negative dito. But that's okay. No? Tinitingnan natin yung absolute value dito. Alright. So, di ba yun nilagay ni Pag-ibig, yung 42,680? Okay. So, ito guys, kaya natin i-compute yan sa Excel, yung binigay ni Pag-ibig. Okay, so we validated this. Okay, itong principal and interest, ito may additional kasi ito may additional na computation na ginagawa si Pag-ibig. But for our purposes, we'll be using this 42,680.24. Okay, so clear so far, guys? Paki-chat naman please kung okay itong 42,680.24, which jives with the Pag-ibig calculator. Clear naman so far kung paano natin nakuha to? Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's now create a very basic monthly amortization schedule. So dito, ang kailangan lang natin, okay, hindi na natin ilalagay yung payments. No? Kasi alam naman natin ang payment, 42,680.24. So we won't put that here. So we will just create a schedule so that alam natin kung magkano yung interest na binabayaran natin, magkano yung principal, tapos magkano yung ending balance natin. So we're going to start here with 0, month 0. Okay, so syempre sa month 0, guys, makukuha pa lang natin yung pera natin. Wala pa tayong payment, wala pa tayong interest payment, wala pa tayong principal payment. Therefore, ang month end natin will be 4.5 million. So ito yung balance natin. At the end of month 0, ito yung utang natin. Okay. So, at the end of, at the beginning of month 1, or at the end of the 0th month, okay, may babayaran na tayo. Magkano babayaran natin? 42,680.24. Now, itong 42,680.24, hindi lahat yan pupunta sa principal. Okay, yung iba dyan, interest. Okay, importante yung mapupunta sa principal kasi ibabawas yun sa balance ng utang natin. Of course, ang desire natin, the bigger the principal payment, the better for us kasi liliit yung ending principal natin, liliit yung interest natin. The interest will always be based on the ending principal. So ang interest natin is equal to, we have the monthly interest, and then we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this sa row kasi ikakopy natin pababa, no? And then multiply that by the ending balance, no? And then we're not going to fix this kasi dapat bumababa din yung sa formula natin pag kinopy natin. Alright? So of the 42,000 na ibabayad natin, 29,000 pupunta sa interest. Ang laki ng interest, no? Then this is equal to this one, and then we're going to fix this minus the interest. Kung magkano yung monthly amortization natin, minus natin interest doon, yun ang papasok sa principal. Therefore, ang ending natin sa principal will be the previous principal minus yung binayad natin sa principal. Yan. Okay? Alright, then I'll just put here, ilang payments ba tayo? 180, ano? So let me, home, fill, series, columns, step value 1 hanggang 180. Naalala nyo to? Para mabilis, 180. There. So hanggang 180 na yan. No? 180 payments kasi tayo. Okay. So, itong interest ba na to, guys? Itong interest na to, pwede ba natin i-copy pababa yan? Okay, time na pala, no? So yes, pwede natin i-copy pababa. Ito din, guys, pwedeng copy pababa. Ito din, pwede i-copy pababa to. Okay, so let me just highlight this and then double click there. Yan. 0 na sa dulong-dulo, no? Okay, may I have, guys, last 2 minutes lang para i-conclude ko lang to. Okay lang ba, guys? It's already time. So permission to extend by 2 minutes. Is that okay, guys? Paki-chat naman, please. Kung okay lang. Isa lang nagbigay ng permission. Okay, thank you. All right. So, ito, guys, yung amortization table natin. Notice that at the end, guys, 0 dapat to. Ibig sabihin, wala na tayong principal, wala na tayong utang, so wala na tayong babayaran. So, magkano yung total na out equal to, magkano yung interest na binayaran natin? So, ito yung interest na total. Okay. Magkano yung principal na binayaran natin? Yan. Okay. So take a look at this, guys. Siyempre, ang total principal na binayaran natin, 4.5 million. Ang total interest is 3,182.443.89. Okay, so that's the interest that we're paying. Okay, so next meeting, guys, ano natin to, we will expand this. Ito yung gagawin natin, no? Medyo i-expand natin tong model na to. Okay, and then after that, I think may ano, ito halos tapusan natin to, explanation lang naman to, nagawa na natin to. And then ito compounding. Okay. Okay, madali lang din to. And then that ends our discussion on time value of money. So pupunta na tayo sa next part ng module 3. All right? So with that, guys, thank you so much. I'll stop recording.